What is up everyone, Skratch here. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video. Welcome to the channel. We are finally back with some news, guys. Kind of trying to get back on track with the baby and everything, but I gotta say, I'm loving being a dad, man. It's honestly such an amazing feeling, such an amazing duty to have. So I'm trying to kind of like get back into the schedule with news and stuff like this, and I can't believe that they are finally doing it. Yes, this is actually a thing that is happening. I'm gonna walk you through it. This champion needed a buff for such a long time, and I'm finally happy to say that it will happen. But before we jump over to talk about all that, if you guys enjoyed the music here in the video, I just want to let you know I partnered up with Soundstripe. They have an amazing music library. So if you're a content creator, a music enthusiast, definitely head over and check them out. The link will be in the description down below or in the pinned comment. Plus, I can save you 20% on checkout by using code SCRATCH. We're going to cover the champion buffs in just a second. First, we're going to talk about the 10x event that we're going to have this weekend. Keep in mind, we're going to have a Path of the Spring event. Now, you need to summon champions and get artifacts in order to complete the Path of Spring. I'm not 100% sure if it's gonna be worth it or no. Keep an eye on a video for tomorrow morning when the event goes live. I'm gonna drop it on the channel as soon as it's live. We're gonna check everything and see if it's actually worth it. Plus, of course, we have the 3x on speed gear in the Dragon Dungeon. The best of the best. You cannot ask for a better event when we are talking about gear. 3x. Awesome stuff, and I'm gonna drop probably tons of energy, and we're gonna check what sort of gear I got out of it. Let's just say I'm gonna run 30k energy, maybe more than that, and we're gonna check everything that we've got. We're gonna keep track on how much speed gear we've got, if it was worth it. I've done this sort of videos in the past. That being said, this is gonna be a massive 10x for massive nukes. Now, keep in mind, 10x events are still kind of like mad. They don't really offer you an impressive chance of summoning legendary champions. It does increase a bit the chance to summon that specific legendary, but it's minimal. And on top of it, the chances to summon legendaries are still gonna be at 0.5%. So that's not going to increase. Basically, we're gonna have a 10x on no one else but one of my favorite nukers in the entire game. And oh boy, I would love to get a second one, or I would love to get to empower this one. Georgie the Breaker. He's gonna be on the 10x. Now, he deals tons of damage. We are very familiar with the kit. Extra chance to repeat the attack here. Attacks all enemies, decreases the turn meter, places unkillable if he kills somebody, attacks one enemy, will ignore strength and stone skin unkillable, block damage, increase defense, ally protection, shield, and everything else that my mama knows. And grants an extra turn if this attack kills an enemy, plus the passive, kind of like a flip the coin, 50% chance to ignore 50% of the target's defense or don't ignore any. So all around, Georgie, the very solid champion. This is the build that I have on him, Savage and Cruel. I gotta upgrade a bit the build because I've got some better pieces that ascended better, so I just gotta modify it a bit and take him in for a spin. I haven't done Platinum Arena since my baby was born because, yeah, I just didn't really have a chance, so I haven't really played around with the builds. Then, of course, we're gonna have a 10x on Candraphone. I gotta say, I'm not really using him much. He's very strong for Live Arena as well, mainly because if you're gonna lock him and he cannot use the A2 or A3, the A1 deals tons of damage. And everybody buffs nowadays, they all have buffs, so getting this extra hit is almost guaranteed. The passive places the veil, protects himself, a bit of damage reduction, being able to place his own increased attack, increased speed, increased crit damage, and bang, hit with this skill AoE, kill somebody, grant an extra turn, reset the cooldown of the skill. Very, very solid champion. Then, of course, we're gonna have no one else but Haprak on the 10x. I'm currently not using him. I will put the gear back on him from Inquisitor Shamael because I'm not using a double Shamael anymore. So I'm gonna put his gear back on because he deserves it back. But he is pretty strong. The main issue with Haprak, he does hit super strong, okay? So he deals tons and tons of damage. The only problem is that he needs to knock the HP by 50% in order to get an extra hit, okay? And if he hits a bolster set, if he hits something, and he's not able to drop the HP, he's not going to get a second hit. It's conditional. So that's my main problem with Haprek. Yes, if you're tricking noobs into killing some other champions and he gets his passive and slowly, you're going to kill a lot of noobs with Haprek. Let me put it like that. So a lot of newcomers to the game that don't know the champions will definitely get caught off guard by Haprek, you know? He brings his own increased attack, increased crit rate, which is definitely very, very nice. The next champion, and I know a lot of you guys love this chick, Tranda. She used to be the queen of Arena for, I think, like a couple of years straight. She dominated Arena like no one else ever did. And I'm using mine at the moment in Hydra. I'm using her sometimes in 3v3 Arena. I gotta say, a lot of other nukers are kind of like standing out more now, and I'm not really using her as much as I should use her, but she's still great. This skill right here deals more damage than any other skill in the game, especially on the Hydra. You have this one right here, can be used for spider progression if needed. You can place the stun, the HP burn if you're building her with accuracy. So if you want to use her in PvE, you can do that. PvP, she still smacks super hard. So if you're not really playing at a very, very high top of Arena, Tranda will do an amazing job for pretty much everyone out there. So I have her built on immunity and crit damage. Total stats on her: 7.8k attack, 207 speed. Seems like I have a bit of an overkill on crit rate, 287 crit damage. Again, because I haven't really been using her for such a long time, I haven't really changed the build on her. I used to have another one on Savage as well. And then we are moving over to epic champions, guys. We only have one Void Legendary. We're gonna have Skull Crown on the 10x. Now I'm running her on a stun set. She can be great as a nuker too. She has double AoE attack, an unkillable on the champion if her HP drops below 20%, which is great because you get to keep her alive. A speed aura for Arena. So this is the build that I have on her: 6.5k attack, 195 speed, full crit, 262 crit damage. And how I mentioned, is a stun set. My Great Hall is maxed, my Faction Guardians are maxed. She has a 4-star blessing too, which gives her crit damage, 400 attack. So that's why my build actually looks so ridiculous on a stun set, you know. But very nice champion. Then we're gonna have no one else but one of my most favorite epic in the game at the moment, which is Husk. I'm using him in Hydra a lot. You can use him in Hydra, you can use him in the Spider Dungeon. Just awesome stuff. Provoke on the A1, enemy max HP AoE. The A3 deals pretty good damage too, but I tend to use the A1 more than the rest because I want to provoke the head of Decay as often as possible. Relentless, get some accuracy on him, will be probably the best build. You could argue Reflex, but because you want to provoke, you want to gain the extra turns, the extra chances to land the provoke, Relentless is much better all around. But if you don't have Relentless, Reflex set will do the job as well. Then we have Royal Guard on the event as well. I have multiple ones, and again, great for Hydra. I am running him on Spider 10 hard mode. You can run him on the Dark Fae. You can run him on the Fire Knight up to stage 25. Dragon for progression. Just so many places. Royal Guard, the MVP. And if you are using him in dungeons to progress, to go all the way to stage 20 and stuff, Savage is much better for him. Savage will be much better even for the Fire Knight stage 25. Much better for the Dark Fae too, because it will help you to kill the waves. But this is the build that I have on him. In terms of stats, I haven't chose to go with accuracy for his defense down on the A1 or decreased speed and decreased turn meter on this one for Hydra, but you can do that as well. So you might want to consider in getting some accuracy to land the debuffs with the champion. And of course we have the last champion for the 10x, and is no one else but Magnar. One of the best epic nukers in the entire game. Is better than some legendaries in the game. HP based champion, double hit right here if the target doesn't have HP burn debuffs, lots of damage, good multipliers, a single target hit, another single target hit with a chance to land defense down, and he has a pretty interesting passive, which is not really gonna make much of a difference in PvP. For PvE, it's a bit harder to use him, as an HP burn champion, right? But he's great for DPS. 30% defense aura for Doom Tower battles, and this is the build that I have on Magnar Savage, and I think a crit damage set, 85k HP, 179 speed, full crit rate, 253 crit damage, and Master is Hand Smasher as tier 6 pretty much on every single nuker. Now that's being said, guys, what exactly is finally happening? What are they finally doing? And guess what? They are finally buffing Nogdar the Headhunter. This champion was in the game for like 5 minutes with the addition of the Sand Devil's Necropolis after it disappeared completely. So, the very first thing that's gonna happen to his kit is this skill right here. Attacks all enemies after attacking this champion, sacrifices HP equal to 50% of their max HP, then places continuous heal buffs on this champion for 2 turns. What's gonna happen? He's gonna place continuous heal buff on all allies for 2 turns, but will place only 1 continuous heal on all your allies. The rest of the kit stays exactly the same. Then the A3, and this one right here sacrifices the HP. Nothing really is gonna change here except the fact that once he does all this, he's gonna gain an extra turn, which will definitely make him a bit more interesting. Like being able to get the extra turn is nice. And the best thing that's gonna happen to him is actually revives the champion with 50% HP. At the moment is 50% turn meter. After the buff will be 50% HP and full turn meter, allowing you to almost instantly get a turn if none of the allies have more turn meter than he does. Which is great because you're gonna get to instantly get back into the fight and smack somebody, you know. So that's definitely an awesome thing. I cannot wait to take him in for a spin. I feel like he's definitely gonna be super fun now, considering that he's gonna get the extra turn, he's gonna get the full turn meter. You're gonna get to play him quite a bit. Now the next champion that's gonna get a bit of a buff is gonna be Gomlock Skyhide. I think this is from the Doom Tower. I might be wrong, he might not be from the Doom Tower and I just confuse him with another one from the Doom Tower because we have so many orcs coming from the Doom Tower. But basically, what's gonna change on him, right here attacks one enemy, and this skill is gonna stay the same, a chance to land leech, nothing is gonna change here. But here, Fateful Trickster attacks one enemy, has a 60% chance of stealing all buffs from the target, so it's not gonna be 2 random buffs anymore, it's gonna be all buffs, and also has a 60% chance of decreasing the target's turn meter by 50%. And what's gonna happen here is gonna be changed, and it's gonna have a 60% chance of stealing 50% of the target's turn meter, and it's not dependable anymore. So it doesn't matter if he's on full HP or no. That part is being scrapped off. And then the passive, it's not gonna be a massive change right here, but whenever 4 or more buffs are placed on the enemy team in a single turn, places a shield buff on this champion equal to 30% of this champion's max HP. He actually has a pretty good HP all around, so the shield can be definitely pretty beneficial for the champion, you know. So these are the changes coming to the champions, guys. I'm glad that they finally did it and they're buffing Nogdar. He definitely needed some love. I know a lot of you guys wanted to see this champion buffed and it's finally happening. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Appreciate all of you guys watching. Much love, and I'll catch you all soon in the next video. Peace.